mixed with three kinds of miserable conditions: adhyatmika, adhidaivika and adhibhautika. Therefore, even if one achieves some success by performing such activities, what is the benefit of this success? One is still subjected to birth, death, old age, disease, and the reactions of his fruitive activities. Slokar Odia Anubad. If a poor man, after laboring very, very hard, gets some material profit, at the end of his life, he is considered a success, even though he again dies while suffering the threefold miseries, adhyatmika, adidaivika and adhibhautika. No one can escape the threefold miseries of materialistic life, namely miseries pertaining to the body and mind, miseries pertaining to difficulties imposed by society, community, nation and other living entities, miseries inflicted upon us by natural disturbances from earthquakes, famines, droughts, floods, epidemics and so on. If one works very hard, suffering the threefold miseries, and then is successful in getting some small benefit, what is the value of this benefit? Besides that, even if a karmi is successful in accumulating some material wealth, he still cannot enjoy it, for he must die in bereavement. I have even seen a dying man begging a medical attendant to increase his life by 4 years so that he could complete his material plans. Of course, the medical man was unsuccessful in expanding the life of the man, who therefore died in great bereavement. Everyone must die in this way, and after one's mental condition is taken into account by the laws of material nature, he is given another chance to fulfill his desires in a different body. Material plans for material happiness have no value. But under the spell of the illusory energy, we consider them extremely valuable. There were many politicians, social reformers, and philosophers who died very miserably without deriving any practical value from their material plans. Therefore, a sane and sensible man never desires to work hard under the conditions of threefold miseries, only to die in disappointment. So, is saying, materialistic activities are always mixed with three kinds of miserable conditions: adhyatmika, adidaivika and adhibhautika. Therefore, even if one achieves some success by performing such activities, what is the benefit of this success? One is still subjected to birth, death, old age, disease, and the reactions of these fruitive activities. This materialistic world, material world is dukkhalayam. Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, it's filled with miseries, the house of miseries. There is no happiness at all in this material world, because this is a prison house made by Maya. Maya kruto karaga. Does anybody get any happiness in the prison house? No happiness. Prison house means the punishment is inflicted upon the prisoner because he has committed many offense, some blunder. He has broken the law. So he is prisoner and he is under punishment. So punishment is inflicted on him. So there is no happiness at all in prison house. This material world is a prison house made by Maya. Maya kruta karma. The living entities who have forgotten Krishna, who have broken Krishna's laws, who have disobeyed the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His laws, are prisoners here in this material world. And Maya is inflicting punishment on them. These are the punishment. Adhyatmika, Adhidaivika, Adhibhautika. Brahmana sadhu says this thing. Materialistic activities are always mixed with three kinds of miserable conditions: Adhyatmika, Adhidaivika, and Adhibhautika. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosa anudarsanam. Birth, death, old age, disease. These are miseries here. All are under this. All are suffering from these miseries. Nobody is escaping from these miseries. Beginning from Lord Brahma to tiny ant, all are under this. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi, old age, death, birth, death, old age, disease. All these things are suffering. This is because they are all in this material world, which is Dukhalayam, which is a prison house made by Maya, is filled with all these miseries. How can one escape it? The materialistic people, materialistic person still wants to get some happiness here. Wants to get some happiness here. So he makes so many plans and projects to get happiness, pleasure here. But at last he is disappointed. That Brahmana sadhu is saying that thing. Who died very miserably, you see. Who dies very miserably. He must die in bereavement. Even if a karma is successful in accumulating some material wealth, he still cannot enjoy it, but he must die in bereavement. He cannot escape from this suffering of Adhyatmika, Adhidaivika, Adhibhautika. Some little benefit one may sometimes get. That is the result of his karmukhi sukruti. If someone may get something. But what is the ultimate result? He dies in bereavement. He cannot enjoy it. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Ahanya prutartha karana nisi nisayana nana manartha dhiya khana bhagna nidra. Daiva hatartha rachana rusayopi deva jismat prasanga mimukha yasansaranti. These materialistic people are toiling hard like asses, you see. Gardhevar matami puri puri shram. To get some illusory happiness. It is not happiness at all, illusory happiness. His ultimate is misery, manifold miseries. Jehi sanspada bhoga dukkha jonaya evate adyantabanta kaunteya nate suramate. Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, those are learned persons, intelligent persons, wise persons, they do not run after this illusory happiness. In the beginning, it seems to be pleasurable, but ultimately it is miserable, and it is the source of all sorts of misery. Dukkha jonaya evati adyantabanta. Little happiness, pleasure, but apparently seems to be pleasurable, is adyantabanta. It's temporary. It has its beginning and end. Ultimate is unlimited. Wise person, intelligent person, learned persons, Buddha, they don't run after it because it's illusory. It's not real pleasure and happiness. And they cannot understand this thing, they don't know it. So they are running, toiling hard like asses. Whole day working very hard. Ahaniya. In the evening, at night, they come back to their residence, the house, to sleep. But they cannot sleep. They cannot sleep, even, you see. They go to doctor, because doctor, I cannot sleep, please give me some medicine, taking some sleeping pills, still there is no sleep. Some materialistic person cannot sleep at all, you see. Nana manartha diya khanabhogam nitya. So many unlimited material desires he has. Many plans and projects he is making. So those thoughts are haunting his mind. How can he sleep? He cannot sleep. If by chance little sleep comes, still breaks. He is always in a fearful condition. Thieves are coming, take away. Robbers and governmental levying taxes. So many things. Because he has amassed much wealth, black money. So he is always in fearful state. So he cannot sleep. Sleep break. Nana manarthadhi akshana bhagmanita. Daiva hatartha rasana rushayopi deva. Jusma prasanga vimukha yasansaranchi. You see. All his plans and projects are failing. Daiva hatartha rasana. You see. Daiva, the providence, is the ultimate sanctioning authority. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Anumanta, I am the sanctioning authority. If Krishna will never sanction, your plans and projects will never be fulfilled. You understand? You are a very expert plan maker. Making so many plans, projects, but it's all failing. Why? Daivata. Providence is not sanctioning. Krishna has not sanctioned it. So it helps. Daivata artharachana rushayopi deva. Jusma prasanga vimukha yasansaranti. You see? However great one may be in this material world, Rushaya of Deva, one may be a great Muni, says, or Devata, demigod. But if he is not attracted towards Krishna, Krishna Katha, not taken shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, he falls down from his elevated position. That is happening. We see it. Jasma prasanga vimukhaya sansaranti. Krishna or Daiva or Providence doesn't sanction their plans and projects. So they remain unfulfilled. So they die in bereavement. It is said that they die in bereavement. What is value? Some little benefit they gain. They cannot escape from this suffering, three types of suffering, adhyatmika, advaita, adivukita. Again, is how Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada has given his purport. How I have seen a dying man begging a medical attendant to increase his life by 4 years so that he could complete the material plans. Of course, medical man was unsuccessful in expanding the life of man, who would therefore die in great bereavement. You see, such a poor rascal, so lifespan. So he dies in bereavement. These rascal fools, they don't know. They don't know. They must suffer for their karmic reactions. Nobody can destroy it. Only Krishna can destroy it. Sarvadharman paritijya mamikam saranam pradam talsa papi vimukhi saimasucha. Krishna says this thing in concluding. you see, instruction given by Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Give up all sorts of religion and just surrender unto me. I can. Krishna has only power to destroy your karmic reactions of your sinful activities. Nobody has power. Bhaktya, what is it? Brahma Samhita says, Karmani niddahanti kintu sa bhakti bhajam. The same thing Brahma Samhita says. Karmani niddahanti kintu sa bhakti bhajam. To come to this path of devotional service, surrender yourself unto the lotus feet of Krishna, then this karmic reactions will be destroyed. Otherwise cannot be destroyed. You have to suffer. You have to get those reactions. You understand? So how can doctor enhance? You fools and rascals. You have forgotten Krishna, you have disobeyed laws of Krishna, this sort of you have committed such blunder and offense, therefore you are under punishment. So you are placed here in this material world, which is a prison house made by Maya. And Maya is inflicting such punishment on you. You understand? So, here, coming to this prison house, you are making so many plans and projects to get pleasure and happiness. How can you get it? You cannot get it. Sadhu, Mahajan, the devotees of the Lord speaks through Sadhu, Shastra, Guru. He speaks through Shastra and speaks through Sadhu, Mahajan, Guru. Simply you accept it. Mahajana, jai koi, say satya mani. But a Mahajana says, you, without any logic and argument, you simply accept it. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, great Mahajan, says, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol bhai re, Hari naam aniya chhe Gour nitai moder dukkho dekhe re. All are unhappy, all are suffering here in this material world. But that Gour nitai, so merciful, their Lord, Supreme Lord, you see, they are so merciful. Shrudam sarvabhutanam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am the only well-wishing friend of all living entities. Living entities are suffering here because of their ignorance. So, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, speaks through Shastra, Sadhu, Mahajan, Guru. So here, Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, Moder dukha dekhe, seeing me unhappy, Gour nitai has brought Harinam. Harinam bina jiber onyo dhana nahi re. Hariname suddha elo jogai madhai re, bodo papi chilo. Harinam is the only asset here. No, that material asset will never help you in ending your suffering here. No. Harinam is the only asset. So Gour nitai has brought Harinam. Harinam suddha elo jogai madhai bodo papi. Great sinners. Jogai madhai. They are purified by taking of this Harinam. মিছে মায়াবদ্ধ হয়ে জীবন কাটাই রে, আমি আমার বলো রে. Yeah, you are under the clutches of Maya. You are leading such a life, materialistic life, under illusory energy, and suffering and suffering and suffering life after life here. Adhyatmika, adhidaiviko, adhibhautiko, miseries, birth, death, old age and disease. Saying, I and mine, everything belongs to Krishna, but you, conditioned souls, under the enchantment of Maya, you are saying, this is I and mine. Asa bose ghure ghure ar kotha jai. You have unlimited material desires, asar shesh nahi. There is no end to this material desire. unlimited material desires. You are running after those desires to fulfill those desires. But there is no end to it. Where will you go? If you run after these material desires, Hari bole deo bhai asar mukhe cha. The Maharaja says, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you surrender unto holy name, Hari, name of the Supreme Lord, and finish these material desires. Don't run after this material. Nirasada sukar, you are disappointed. That Brahmana Sadhu says the same thing. They die in bereavement. They request the doctor to enhance their lifespan, but they are disappointed, die in bereavement. Azad, nirasada sukare. All your material plans, projects are destroyed by providence. You are disappointed, dying in bereavement. Bhogo mukhya vansa chadi harinam gaire. So instruction is that. Give up all these desires for material enjoyment, desire for liberation. Give up all the desires and chant Hare Krishna. Nache no namer gune sesabo phalo paire. If you take complete shelter at Harinam, Hare Krishna Mahamantro, you will get transcendental pleasure. Tuchha phalo prayasa chhede. Don't cherish this materialistic desires and run after these materialistic desires and run after this illusory happiness here. Give up all these attempts and thoughts. Take complete shelter. Vinod bole jai loe namer balai. Take complete shelter of Harinam. That name will protect you. Name will protect you. And name, at last name will give you, if you can chant offenseless name, Suddhanam, pure name, you will get transcendental pleasure. This is a real pleasure. At last, go back to Godhead, where there is no misery at all, only pleasure. This Mahajan says, Sadhu says, Shastra says, all these things. But materialistic people, who is blind in this respect. Many great such leaders, politicians, social leaders, political leaders, they don't believe in the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. They say there is no God. The demoniac persons. Asatyam pratishthamte jagadahu aniswaram. They say, is there any Iswara? Aniswara. No Iswara, no controller. Iswara aham, I am the controller. Demoniac people. So the atheistic people, they don't believe in the existence of the Lord. They say, they are God. Has anybody seen him? Can he show you? Can you show me? I am such a great leader, great political leader. So many followers, hundreds, thousands followers I have. I have not seen God. Whoever has seen God, they say, they are blind. You see. They don't know. They have forgotten that they are blind. They have no proper vision to see the Lord. There was a boy who was born blind. In very birth he was blind. So he has not seen sun. People, those who have eyes, they see sun. So they speak about sun. Now sun has arisen. Night is gone. You get up. The blind boy is listening. Oh, what they are saying? Is there any sun? What is sun? What is that sun? That sun is making their day and night. I have not seen sun. I am making my own day and night. When I sleep, that is my night. When I am awake, that is my day. I am making my own day and night. What is that saying, these people? The sun is making their day and night. Is that sun? You are blind boy. Born blind. You have not seen sun. So is that a fact that you cannot see the sun, so there is no sun? Is it a fact? Those who have eyes, they see sun. They speak about sun. Why don't you accept it? Similarly, you are blind in that respect. There are political leaders or reformers like that. You have no eyes to see Lord. Those who have eyes, they see Lord. They speak about Lord. Why don't you accept it? You understand? These political leaders, big leaders, these reformers. My Guru Maharaj said that. You accept. Be simple. With simple heart accept Sadhu Shastra Guru. You should understand this thing that you are blind in that respect, so see Lord. You have no proper vision. So you should inquire, how can I get that vision to see Lord? You should inquire about it. Who can give me that vision? How can I get it? Rather inquire about it. But you are saying, I am such a great leader, I have not seen sun. Who else is there? Seen sun? So rascals, they have no belief in it. Krishna is so merciful that Srudam Sarvabhutanam, who is the only well-wishing friend of the all living entities, is teaching. He is speaking through Sadhu Shastra Guru, you accept it. You rascal, atheistic person, you have no belief in Krishna, no belief in Shastra, no belief in the words of Sadhu. Thereby you have committed blunder, offense. So you are here in this materialistic world, a miserable place, prison house of Maya, and you are suffering. You have not surrendered yourself and lotus feet of Krishna. You have become the servant of Satan, servant of Maya. Therefore you are suffering. In all scriptures this has been said, even in Quran it has been said. But such atheistic people, they raise question. Why? Why did living entity forget Krishna? Why did Krishna make him forget? You understand? You understand? They raise such question. But answer to this question, if you get the real answer to this question, you should simply accept Sadhu Shastra Guru. Sadhu Shastra Guru. Mayamugdha jiber nai Krishna smriti gyan jibere kripaye koile Krishna bedo pura. These conditioned souls, those who are under the clutches of Maya, those who are enchanted by Maya, they have forgotten Krishna, but Krishna, out of mercy unto them, has compiled this Veda Puran. He speaks through Vedic literature, and what is spoken in Vedic literature, Veda, you cannot understand it by dint of your own mundane knowledge. So Guru is there, is representative, bona fide representative of Lord. He teaches, speaks on Tattva. Sadhu Shastra, Guru Vakya, Chitete Kuriya Ikar, no Kuriyo Munyasa. So this instruction for us. The statement of Sadhu, Shastra, Shastric injunctions, Guru's instruction, you accept it. Don't cherish something. Don't deliberate on it. Don't add to any deliberation, your consideration to it. You simply accept it. Therefore it's a Sravanakara, you all in your heart, sitting with Atma, saying always, Sravanakara, you listen, you hear me. That Supreme Lord is all merciful. So that Supreme Lord has made you His servant. This is the constitutional position of Jiva. Jiva Swarupa Hoy Krishna Nitya Das. If you become His servant of that Supreme Lord, then Paramananda, you will get supreme pleasure. You lead your life in supreme pleasure. But those who have not taken shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, in other words, those who have not become servants of Krishna, they are punished by Maya. Here, in this material world, Krishna has given you Swadhinata, independence, minute independence. Proper use of that independence is to surrender unto Krishna. Abuse of that independence is not to surrender. That abuse, you have abused that independence. That is your fault. Therefore, you are in this prison house and punishment is being inflicted on you. You understand? So in Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll find discussions. So all Mahajanas, all bona fide authorities, they say that you are suffering, O Jivas, you are suffering because of your fault. Because of your fault. But Krishna is very merciful. In order to deliver us, end our suffering in this material world, He appears here. He manifests His transcendental Leelas here, Braj Leela. You understand? If you just listen to those Leelas, those times of Krishna, from a devotee, lips of a devotee, you understand? Your materialistic heart will be purified. Srinatang Sukatha Krishna. If you can understand its deep philosophy, Tattva, by the mercy of bona fide Guru, Sadhu, Mahajan, then your suffering will be ended. Therefore, Krishna is so merciful. He has made all these arrangements. Become simple and simply accept. Achintya khalu jevava nastum tarkena jusayat. Krishna and his activities is a leela, achintya. You cannot, inconceivable. You cannot conceive of it. You just accept it. Don't add any logic, any argument to it. Just accept it. Bona fide authority. Then, by the mercy of Krishna, mercy of Guru, you can understand it. And then you can understand who are you, what is your real identity. That I am Krishna Das. I am the servant of Krishna. But I am suffering because of not surrendering unto Krishna. I have not become servant to Krishna. I have become Maya Das. Servant Maya, therefore servant. Then you'll cry. Then they will, hey Krishna, Amitava Das. Then cry, then surrender, then Krishna you shower His mercy on you. Then you surrender unto His bona fide spiritual master. Some serve Guru. Inquire there about this Tattva. Then by the mercy of Guru you can understand it. Then you will be in your constitutional position. Under the guidance of Guru you will serve Krishna, who is the only master, and you are his servant. Then all this suffering will be ended. That's how Shastra says. Yes, what is the question? Fear. Bhaya. Rajakas Chaurasta Satro. Srila Prabhupada. Those who are considered material powerful and rich are always full of anxieties because of governmental laws, thieves and rogues, enemies, family members, animals, birds, persons seeking charity, the inevitable time factor, and even their own selves. Thus they are invariably afraid. The word Sosmat means from oneself. Because of attachment for money, the richest person is even afraid of himself. He fears that he may have locked his money in an unsafe manner or might have committed some mistake. Aside from the government and its income tax, and aside from thieves, even a rich man's own relatives are always thinking of how to take advantage of him and take away his money. Sometimes these relatives are described as Sujanakya Dasya, which means rogues and thieves in the guise of relatives. Therefore, there is no need to accumulate wealth or unnecessarily endeavor for more and more money. The real business of life is to ask, who am I? And to understand oneself. One should understand the position of the living entity in this material world and understand how to return home back to Godhead. Rajata Saurata Satro Sojanath Pasupakkhitaha Arthibhya Kalato Swasman Nityam Pranarthavad Bhayam. That Brahmana Sadhu says. Those who are considered materially powerful and rich are always full of anxieties because of governmental laws, thieves and rogues, enemies, family members, animals, birds, persons seeking charity, the inevitable time factor, and even their own selves. Thus they are invariably afraid. You see. These people are always in a fearful state, and fear from these sources. You understand? From government, laws, king or government, from thieves and rogues, from enemies, family members, animals, birds, persons seeking charity, inevitable time factor, and even their own selves. They are invariably afraid, you see. Really? What sort of life they are leading? Always in a fearful state, they cannot sleep at night, you see. Nisi nisoyana. They cannot even sleep at night, peacefully. কালে আমি সেই কথা কইলে অহনি আপ্লুতার্থ করোনা নিশি নিশয়ানা নানা মনোর্থ ধিয়া ক্ষেমগ্ন নিদ্রা দৈব হতার্থ রচনা ঋষয়োপি দেবা যস্মৎ প্রসঙ্গ বিমুখা ইহ সংসরন্তি. It's also said in Srimad Bhagavatam. These people cannot sleep at night. Nishi Nishayana. No sleep. They go to doctor and beg, give me medicine. I cannot sleep, you see. They are so much in anxiety, full of anxieties. So much they are so much afraid from all these sources. How can they sleep? You understand? Even sleeping pill fails. They cannot sleep. By chance, if little sleep is there, still breaks. They have kept Alsatian dogs to guard their property. You see, guard their dog barks. Bah, bah, bah. Oh! Hey, thief is coming, roads are coming, you see. Government people are coming, you see. Always fearful state. You cannot sleep. You understand? What sort of life? It's a fearful life. However powerful, it's material, powerful and rich are always full of anxieties. You see, those very powerful in this material world, say, Prime Minister, those administrators, they're considered to be very powerful, they're always fearful. So many enemies they have. Sometimes murder takes place, political murder. Many enemies are coming. And they are afraid of from all these sources, as Brahman Sadhu says. They cannot even come out, you see. They have made arrangements for their self-security. Many arrangements. The statistics says daily lakhs of rupees are spent for the security of such a person, Prime Minister, you see, for one person. Lakhs and lakhs of rupees. From the treasury, royal treasury, you see, the public fund, you see, are spent. Still they are insecure. Krishna vina raksha karta har kyo na? Only Krishna is protector. Nobody else can be protector. You understand? If you keep so many security guards, making so much arrangement for your security, still you are insecure. Only Krishna is the protector. Especially we also see, this is materially intoxicated people. They have not believed in Krishna. They have not taken shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, which is known as Govinda. The lotus feet of Krishna is such a place, there is no fear at all. Govinda. The place of fearlessness, no fear. Abhaya asaka amrutarstha, tomar charanadvaya. O Krishna, your lotus feet is such a place where there is no fear, no lamentation, no death. Ashoka, abhaya ashoka amrutarstha, tomar charanadvaya. If someone takes shelter there, he is free from fear, free from lamentation, even is free from death. The fear of death is greatest fear, Mahabhava, Mahat Bhava, you see, fear of death. He is free from all those sorts of death. You understand? One who is real sadhu, a really surrendered soul, was completely taken shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. He is never afraid of any situation. Any situation, never afraid. Because Krishna is my protector. Krishna is the Rakshaka or Palaka Amar. Krishna is my maintainer. Krishna is my protector. Is there anybody else? Is my maintainer and protector? Krishna. So why will he need a bodyguard? Why will he need? Will he need a bodyguard? While we are afraid of any situation, Krishna must protect. You have no belief in Krishna? Avasya rakhibe tare. Vipal hoite Swami, avasya taribe tumi, tahar e vishwas. I have this faith, unflinching faith. O Krishna, O my Master, you'll protect me from all dangerous situations. Do you understand? So such a person, a sadhu, is never afraid of any situation. Why will he keep a bodyguard? Why will make arrangement for his own security? Is there any need? No need at all. Nadatya tekta sarvasya tekta sadhana bandhava. Krishna says, He has given up everything for me. His kith and relatives, all his material shares. He has given up everything and has come to me and has taken shelter at my lotus feet. So I must protect him. He is so dear to Krishna. Why would make arrangement for his own security bodyguard? Becoming sadhu, you will make arrangement for your bodyguard. What sort of sadhu you are? What sort of sadhu? Huh? You don't believe in Krishna? Can your bodyguard protect you? It's a ludicrous thing. That means you are not at all a sadhu. You have no belief in Krishna. Huh? You are making arrangement of your bodyguard. You understand? What is this? Nonsense. This is not sadhu at all. Krishna vina rakshakarta kyona. There's nobody else. Then Krishna is my protector. Rakhyori mareke marehori rakheke. If Krishna wants to kill you, any can bodyguard protect you? Can anybody protect? Nobody can protect. If Krishna wants to protect, nobody can kill him. Isn't it? So completely surrendered at the lotus feet of Krishna. Sadhu. He is fearless. Narayana parasarve no kutastana vibdhati surgava bhagga. Narakesu pitulya arthadarshina. This is also said in Srimad Bhagavatam. Those are Narayana para. Those who have taken complete shelter at the lotus are in hell, are in Brahma Sadhujaya, Brahman, Nirvishesha Brahman, impersonal Brahman platform. It's all equal to them. It's all equal. Because they are Narayana. They have taken shelter at the lotus feet of Narayana. Their only business to serve Lord Narayana, wherever they are. If they are in Naraka, in hell, still their business is to serve Narayana. So Narayana must be there. Outwardly or externally or apparently, the place may be hell for others. But for a person, such a person, who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Narayana, that place is not Naraka. That is Vaikuntha. Lord Narayana is there. So it is all equal. You understand? It is all equal. So he is never afraid of any situation. He was completely a surrendered soul to the lotus feet of Krishna. Those who are not so, they are afraid of many sources. How is saying? From governmental laws, from thieves, rogues, enemies, family members, animals, birds, persons seeking charity, inevitable time factory in their own selves. And my Guru Maharaj has very well explained how he is afraid of from his own self. His attachment of money, the richest person, even afraid of himself. He fears that he may have locked his money in an unsafe manner or might have committed some mistake. He cannot believe in himself also. Oh, I have committed some mistake. If the safe is not properly locked, go and check. You see, even he is afraid. You understand? So many ways are afraid. Really. They cannot sleep at night. They are afraid at every step. Leading a fearful life. They are always full of anxiety. What's that life? You see? So many powerful persons, prime ministers, administrators, in spite of so much arrangement for their security, still they are insecure. They are shot dead. Finish. Why? Because they have not taken shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. It's the real protector. They have no belief in it. Therefore, here it is said, why? What is fear? And why there is fear? Why there is fear? He says, Sodhanakhyadasya also. It is said here, Sodhanakhyadasya. Sometimes these relatives are described as Sodhanakhyadasya, which means rogues and thieves in guise of relatives. Your relatives, your sons, your wife, your sons, your daughters, your kith and kin, relatives, friends, they are rogues and thieves. They are always trying to take away your money, isn't it? Think of deeply, you can understand how your wife wants to take away money. Give me nice saree, costly ornament. I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this thing. My son wants this thing, is needed for my son, is needed for my daughter, needed by my friend, my brother, so many. Give money. Give money. Isn't it? Dasya. She is not wife, she is Dasya. Thief, rogues, thieves. Son says, Father, give me money. I should have nice shirt, pant, coat, tie. I should have a car. Give me a car. I'll go to the university. Daughter says, I need money for my boyfriend. You say, I am a member of that club. I'll dance there, nude dance. Boys, girls dancing nude, you see. He is there, give me money, father. If you won't give, then becomes enemy. You understand? Sodhanakhyadasya, you see. How they are rogues and thieves, but known as your Sodhana, your relatives, kin, you see. So, such a person is always afraid from these sources. He cannot get peace, he cannot even sleep at night. He spends sleepless nights. You see. Srimad Bhagavatam says, why there is fear and what is that fear? Bhayam ditya vinivhesatasya isadapi tasya viparjaya smriti tanamaya yata buddha bodhetam bhakti ka yesam gurudeva dharma. 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam says, those who have not taken shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, they are those who are attracted towards Maya, enchantment of Maya. They have forgotten their own identity. This forgetfulness, Vismruti. You understand? That's Maya's business. That makes you forget your own identity, makes you forget Krishna, the Supreme Lord, your real relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. So, you have developed this bodily conception of life now. You think I am this body, and those who are related to this body, they are mine. Not related to this body, they are others, for above. Srimad Bhagavatam says, those who have developed such conception of life, Saeva Gour. They cannot be said as human beings. However intelligent, powerful, they may be expert workers, they may be Saeva Gour. They are no better than a cow and an ass. They say, Bhauma Ijjati. The land in which this body is born is worshipable. They never say Krishna is the only worshipable object. They speak about that motherland. Give up everything, come out, sacrifice your life for motherland. You see. worship motherland. They never say Krishna is the only worshipable object. Soyeva Gour. They are cows and asses. They cannot be categorized as human beings, usually. And they are always in a fearful state. There are so many enemies. If some person has enough money, powerful person and moneyed man is always fearful. He has many, many enemies. Even his own kith and kin, his sons, his daughters, his wife, they are also their enemies. You understand? Always in such a situation. All are enemies. But one has completely taken self, a completely surrendered soul in the lotus feet of Krishna. He has no enemies. Ajata Satrava. Sadhu is known as Ajata Satrava, who has no enemy. His enemy is not birth. His enemy is not birth. Why there is enemy? He never thinks anybody as his enemy. He loves one and all. And who loves Krishna, he loves one and all. Because everything, all persons are related to Krishna. Isn't it? They are souls, they are not body. Mansa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita says, no, soul, spirit soul or living entity is eternally my part and personal. Krishna says. So such a sadhu sees the soul. He never sees the outer body. Oh, this person, this living entity belongs to Krishna. Krishna is my dearest. Right? You understand? So he is also my friend. He loves Krishna, so he loves one and all. One has never developed love for Krishna, he cannot love anybody. The so-called love in this material world is not real love. They are relative. Such love is based on this process of giving and taking. Isn't it? Giving and taking. If there is some discrepancy in this giving and taking, then that turns into enmity. Where is it love? You understand? Only love is based on the love of Krishna. You understand? Everybody and everything is related to Krishna. If someone can love Krishna actually, then he can love one and all. So he has no enemy. Ajata Sattva. You understand? He never develops enemy to anybody. If any rascal, a bewildered soul, an ignorant fool, develops some enemy to such a sadhu, still that sadhu never does tit for tat. You understand? Never does tit for tat. Rather he loves him. As example is there, Jagai and Madhai, wait, Nityananda Prabhu. You understand? Nityananda Prabhu was injured. He had injury on his head. It was bleeding. Still, he was embracing. Nityananda Prabhu was embracing Jagai and Madhai. This is love. You understand? This is sadhu. And sadhu is always protected by Krishna. Isn't it? Kanteha pratijani nami bhakta pranasyati. Krishna said. I protect my devotee. He will never perish. If someone becomes my devotee, he will never perish. I will protect him. You understand? And he has told Arjuna, you declare this thing. Getting drums, you declare, O Arjuna, Kaunteya, Pratijani name bhakta pranasati, my devotee never perishes. I protect. So Krishna gives protection. He has unflinching faith. The devotee, the sadhu has unflinching faith in it. Avasya Rakibe Krishna. Krishna must protect me. So there is no need in his part for bodyguard. And he is never afraid of any situation. And he has no enemies. You understand? If by chance, or if some rascal, ignorant fool, develops enmity towards him, Krishna takes care of him. He is protected by Krishna. So he is never afraid of. But such rascals, those ignorant fools, they say, material powerful and rich persons, they don't know these things, they never depend on Krishna. So they have so many enemies, even their own self they dare.